riots over the shooting last week of Jacob Blake. There have been nightly demonstrations and riots in Kenosha.
Good morning, everybody.
After a police officer shot Blake 7 times in the back as Blake was trying to get into his car. Blake survived the shooting, but his family says he may be paralyzed for the rest of his life. An Illinois teen is charged with shooting 3 people, killing 2 of them.
Live on the Facebook.
The acting chairman
just want to make sure I'm
of the
live.
Intelligence Committee says congressional oversight is facing a historic crisis after the Trump administration said it would no longer offer in-person briefings on election security. Florida Republican Senator Marco Rubio says members of Congress have a legal obligation not to divulge classified material.
Good morning, everybody.
But they do need to hear it.
Today is the last Sunday of August.
Anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else.
We have some college football to talk about today. College football began last night with a very good matchup. We'll talk about that. We have some more information on the East Milton Square project. And we also have some events going around in Middleboro that we want to talk about as well. So it's going to be a great show today.
Democrat maintains a 6-point lead at 50% to 44 of likely voters, with 7% still undecided. That poll taken Friday by the Morning Consult. The same poll taken August 23rd, 3 days after the Democratic National Convention, showed the former VP with a 52 to 42 lead. However, Biden holds a larger lead than Hillary Clinton did at this point in 2016. A major Las Vegas hotel and casino operator about to lay off thousands of already furloughed employees. Reports are MGM is going to let some 18,000 workers go due to continuing impact from the pandemic. The Paradise, Nevada-based gambling giant says federal law required MGM Reports to offer a separation date for the furloughed workers, which would be Monday. The company, founded in the 1970s, made it clear it does intend to recall former workers as the economic situation improves once the pandemic is over. And rapper Kanye West is suing the Wisconsin Elections Commission after it voted last week to keep West off the ballot in November. The commission claimed his campaign missed a deadline by seconds when turning in the required 2,000 signatures.
Seconds?
And for USA Radio News,
Seconds?
I'm Chris Barnes.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host and do not express the views of WVBF ownership or Hometown Talk Radio. Content aired on all programs are those of the host and their guests.
Good morning, Paul.
Hey, Joey, what's happening?
Paul Lazarovich is checking in here on the
What's
Facebook.
happening in Middleboro and surrounding towns? It's time for the Middleboro Week in Review with your host, Joey Driscoll. Stay tuned for news, Middleboro News, here on AM 1530 WVBF.
Good night.
Hey, Joey, what's happening?
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the August 30th edition of Middleboro in Review here on WVBF 1530 AM 99.7 FM. My name is Joe, and also with me is Don.
Morning, Joe.
How are you, Don?
Beautiful morning, huh?
It is a beautiful morning. I'm going to talk about the weather here. 64 degrees today, much better than yesterday. It was raining yesterday. We did get a little bit of the remnants of Laura yesterday. And not as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it was still raining out and a little bit windy. I thought it was going to be a little bit more windy than it was, but we were spared the worst of the wind, and everything was okay, just the rain yesterday. So today it's sunny, 80 degrees for the high today. So, should be a nice day to walk around, take a walk outside. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are all sunny days. So no rain in the forecast. So yesterday was the last day of the rain for a little bit, which is a good thing. More sun, which is always a good thing. The pick of the week when it comes to the warm weather is Friday, 87 degrees. So we still have a couple of rather warm days still here. It's still summer, so still got plenty of warm days. Taunton, 63 degrees right now. Driscoll, Texas, 79 degrees with a high of 99 today. And people in Driscoll, Texas, you will be seeing 100 degrees days coming up Tuesday and Wednesday. So it's still very hot. And we're heading into September and it's still hot. In Driscoll, North Dakota, 60 degrees right now for the temperature, 76 for the high. Supposed to get rain today in Driscoll, North Dakota. And some pretty nice weather coming up ahead for Driscoll, North Dakota. The pick of the week, 86 degrees on Wednesday. So, let's start today's program with a little bit of college football talk. College football began yesterday. Rather great game yesterday in the FCS. There's two divisions. The FBS, which is the big teams, and they challenge for the big prize, which is the College Football Championship. And then you have the FCS, which also challenges for a championship as well. Not as big, but it's still very important to that division. The two teams that were in the FCS last night, the Austin Prey Governors and the Central Arkansas Bears, faced off last night in a thriller, a really, really good matchup. 24-17, Central Arkansas beat Austin Prey. So, great matchup, especially the last couple of minutes, trading touchdowns, and a huge touchdown by Central Arkansas right at the end to seal the victory for them. Central Arkansas, of course, takes on a FBS team this coming week as the FBS starts up their season as well. And Austin Prey has a couple of more games this season. Of course, a lot of the games have been canceled because of COVID-19. Austin Prey has 2 more on their schedule as of right now. There could be more scheduled if they're able to schedule them. But right now, they have 3, and they just played one of their games. So, we have a couple of events coming up, but before we talk about that, let's talk about the Middleboro Food Pantry. We have been talking about that for the last couple of months now, and we have a PSA that runs as well, along with us talking about it. So let's talk about the food pantry. The Sacred Heart Food Pantry at 53 Oak Street in Middleboro remains open to both existing and new households in Middleboro, Lakeville, Carver, and Rochester. Families using the pantry must live in one of those 4 towns. However, income guidelines for emergency food assistance have been temporarily waived by the U.S. Department of Agriculture. The pantry has more freedom to help those facing food insecurity. New households need to call 508-947-17 17, and select option 2 to register before coming to the pantry in person. Anyone concerned with entering the food pantry should know that all recommendations for maintaining cleanliness and social distancing are being followed and have been reviewed with the Middleboro Health Department. No one displaying signs of sickness can enter the pantry. The pantry's personnel regularly sanitize all surfaces. They limit the number of clients in the building, requiring the wearing of masks by all volunteers and clients. They also insist on disinfecting of hands and wearing of disposable gloves by all volunteers and clients. Anyone with concerns about coming to the pantry under these conditions should contact the pantry at 508-947-1717, selecting option 1 to discuss alternatives such as authorizing a friend or relative to pick up food. The pantry has plenty of food. The Greater Boston Food Bank is confident it can meet the pantry's needs so it can help anyone facing food insecurity during these uncertain times. So that is very important that we keep talking about it, especially during this pandemic. It's very important that people know what resources they can use to help them during this pandemic. What are your thoughts on this stuff?
Yeah, you've been talking about it since March. Anyway, since the pandemic started, I think that's when you started talking about it, right? On March.
Yes.
And then you had
March.
The director Ray on, and we talked in July, and he was on a good half hour, so he explained it. And now you got the PSA, and I think you get it almost every week, or every other week for sure, on as far as you talking about it. I think you are doing a good service for the community as far as letting people know about the pantry. It's very important for the communities, Middleboro, Rochester, Lakeville, and Carver.
Yes.
4 towns. I believe it's the Cranberry Collaborative. That's what it's called, I guess, as far as the whole church system there.
Yeah.
So that's part of that. And Ray explained exactly what was going on, and I think you're working on a new PSA for that.
Yes, we're going to be getting
A
that.
couple of them, right?
Yes, we're going to be getting that as soon as possible.
Yeah,
we're going to be
I think you're going to
finishing
have
that up.
two different PSAs for the same purpose.
Yes.
One more detail, one more general.
We have for the same purpose. We have one about the food pantry and one about their other services that they also provide. They also provide other services as well.
Right, and to try to get it all on one. That was, I guess, you probably would have had that PSA done, but to try to get all that on
to one.
It's what, a minute cut. That's what.
Yes,
That's
both PSAs are going to be about a minute.
Yeah. Well,
if I did them together, they would have been about 3 minutes
yeah,
long.
that's not protocol as far as commercials around here.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna be great, and you might be able to play 2 per show or every other week.
Yeah.
But I think that's real important.
It is.
That's good that you came out of it. I mean, I give you a lot of suggestions for this. You know, I give you some of my suggestions for the show, and we work together to do. But this, there's a lot of stuff you come up on your own, and that was something that you just pulled out on your own.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. And that's really, in my opinion, a good gesture on your behalf. As far as, and it's community, it's Middleboro, right?
Yes, it's really important, especially during the pandemic, to just let people know what they have, what resources they have in their town. It's
Right.
really important.
And explaining that income guidelines are waived is important, because I think people are thinking, I have to go fill out a bunch of paperwork, blah, 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 they don't want to deal with it. But, even what Ray say, just call them, they'll call you back, they'll set up a time, you show up, they'll give you some food. Doesn't get any simpler than that, to me.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
it's just, we just listened to USA News, they got 18,000 people getting laid off in casinos. You're gonna hear about. I had a good friend of mine who got laid off. He worked for a nice hotel in Boston. He got his separation papers last month. He's supposed to go back to work on August 1st, and he's in the hotel business, and that business and that whole entertainment business and everything is suffering. and just pray that everything comes back to normal, because there's a lot of people out getting thrown out of work now.
Yeah.
And so, you know, we're getting into the winter, and so it's true. People need the help. People need help from everybody. You know, all hands on deck, I think, to help people. This isn't a time to take people down. It's time to help them, in my opinion.
Absolutely, it's important. So we have the Facebook going on here, Facebook Live. I want to say good morning to Paul Lazarovich, the host of Cranberry Country Journal. He's checking in on the Facebook. Scott is also checking in on the Facebook as well. So good morning.
Good morning.
And Paul Lazarovich's program, that's on every Saturday at 10 a.m.
That's a great show.
It is. It's an awesome show to listen to.
He has a lot of
great guests.
Yeah, a lot. I don't know where he gets all these guests, but we should. I don't know. We should. I don't know. Try to follow his suit. We've had some good guests on, Bill.
Yes, we have.
And it's difficult with the pandemic because you know, they have to call by phone.
Yeah.
You know, that's how those. You know, that's how things are set now as far as guests, and I'm sure that's everywhere as far as that. So
It is, yeah.
but you know, he gets a lot of people.
It probably is everywhere, yeah.
Yeah, sure is.
All right, so 7:20 a.m.
We're already.
Already.
We need a 2-hour show.
So when we come back, we are gonna turn it over to Don because he has a couple of updates on the East Milton Square projects. So we're gonna turn it over to Don as soon as we come back from commercial break. This is Middleboro in Review, 15:30 a.m., 99.7 FM. We are also on TuneIn, WVBF 1530. We are also on YouTube, Middleboro in Review, all lowercase. You'll find most of my programs that I have done in the past. I am in the process of uploading every single one of them. There is quite a bit to upload, so hopefully by the end of the summer I'll have everything uploaded and done.
End of the summer?
End of the summer, yeah.
It's Monday, technically.
Well, yes. End of meteorological summer, which I'm talking about actual summer.
Oh, okay. So you're talking the 21st, huh?
I'm talking the 21st.
All right.
I'll have everything pretty much uploaded onto my YouTube channel by the 21st.
You better flip that hourglass and get busy, kid.
I have 3 weeks, so... Okay, so, and we have the Facebook Live as well. There's many ways to listen to us, and also, I keep forgetting this as well. We have the audio now number, 605-562-7958 as well. So, we're going to take a break, and we will be right back here on Middleboro in Review for the last Sunday in August 30th, 2020. All right. Good stuff. It's already 7:20.
Wow. Where's the time go?
I don't know.
Well, no, you really don't go on until like, what, 7:06, 7:07?
Yeah.
So it was only 10 minutes, right?
7:07. That's when we go in.
Veteran Motorcycle Association.
That's
is an association
7:07 every
of
week.
combat
That's
veterans
when
from
we
all branches
start.
of the United States
Right.
Armed Forces who ride motorcycles as a hobby. Our mission
Usually it would be 7:05, but
have defended our country in freedom.
I play the national anthem, so it's
Right.
7:07 every.
Why? How long's the national anthem? A minute?
About a minute or two, yeah.
Guidance, or simply to say thank you and welcome. We have members from nearly all 50 states and living abroad. Many members continue to serve in our armed forces, with several serving in combat areas now.
Hey, thanks for that sub. Where'd you get that? Subway?
Participate in
Yeah.
many motorcycle-related
It wasn't
charity
bad?
events each year. And as a non-profit
Why? What'd you get?
organization, donate to
Oh, I
various
got
veteran care
a sub for you and a
facilities
sub for
and
Mom.
charities.
You didn't get one?
No, I didn't get one.
Combat veteran
I'm not going to Subway.
So why'd you get one for us if you didn't have it? You go in, order 2 subs?
Yeah, for you guys. Not for me.
What did you have?
Nothing.
You ate nothing.
Nothing. I have goldfish at home. I have Oreos. I'm fine.
Sugar cookies, no.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go to Subway again.
Yeah.
No. Subway. No. I'm good. I'm good.
And fun information about birds and birding.
Oh,
It's Talking
the
Birds.
Brevetti's is awesome.
Saturday mornings
Bread
at
Betty's
8,
is good,
and
yes.
Sunday mornings at 9 here on WVBF.
How much is that big sub?
and 99.7
At
FM.
Privetti's?
Yeah.
I don't know. I gotta look at the. I gotta look at their menu. I don't know how much it was. Definitely wasn't $10.
That's what
Or
they-
$12.
That's what they're going for. They're going for like a large sub, and somebody says they're going for $12. Saying I stop eating lunch altogether. I'm done. I have something in the morning, and I don't stop.
Yeah.
You know, I did oil on Wednesday, Thursday. I didn't stop, and I CRL all week. I didn't stop.
Call them today. You will not be disappointed.
Okay.
508-583.
Even my favorite place I usually go to, she's still
4-0.
expensive.
I think there's one more I need to do here. Okay.
WVBF is your hometown radio station. And one of the things we like to do...
I like the music.
I love it. Where's he get it? Where's he get it?
I don't know.
He must know every little bit jingle in that whole computer.
Or if you're an official of the city or town government,
He's
send your
awesome.
community announcements
Yeah.
Commercial
along
guy.
to our
He's awesome.
email address. It's safe, it's fast, and
No one does
allows us to
commercials
get
like
right
that.
back to you if we have a question. Send your community announcements to WVBF1530 at hotmail.com. That's WVBF1530 at hotmail.com. Thank you for listening. Your hometown radio station is AM 1530, WVBF, and 99.7 FM.
Alright. Let's see here. We got Red Mike. What's up? Alright, good to go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, we are back here on Middleboro in Review for the 30th of August. We're going to turn it over to Don because he has an update on the East Milton Square project.
We're talking about that a couple weeks ago.
No, I forgot to shut my
Yeah,
my thing off.
Yeah.
My
you gotta get the gremlins on.
my
right?
promo off.
Gremlins all set?
Yeah, all
right.
set.
They in bed.
Well, I should probably keep my mic on.
Okay.
I don't want the feedback.
Oh, you're doing good over there now, huh? Okay, what'd you say?
Update on East Milton Square.
Okay, I'll say. We talked about a couple weeks ago. Remember we were talking about that?
Yes.
Milton Square, and I pretty much had my opinion on what was going on, and there was some construction. Well, I called the town hall this week, and I talked to somebody. I think I talked to town clerk, and they didn't know, so they said, we're going to send you upstairs. I'm not sure who they sent me to, but the lady was wonderful. She answered all my questions. She was really nice, and she wasn't 100% sure, too. She kind of had a... But I guess the construction they're doing at the East Milton Square Park there, they're just redoing it. And they're not ripping it up. They're just redoing it. And I guess, I don't know, about 7-8 years ago, they shut down a portion of Adams Street, which went straight across. They make you go around. And I asked her, well, are they opening that section of Adams Street? She said no. So I guess the state pays like 90% of it because it's a state, really technically it's a state project because it goes over the Southeast Expressway, I-93. And I guess Milton pays like 10%. That's what she told me. She told me, I want to go further. You called this number. She gave me the phone number, and I went with her recommendation. She seemed like she knew what she was talking about. But they're just redoing it. They're redoing everything. And there's rebuilding the park, I guess. And I asked her, I said, look, I mean, if they don't open that section of Adams Street that crosses, the traffic's terrible. It's bogged up. I mean, you can't really enjoy a park sitting there with all this emissions hanging around, people idling, waiting for the one light crossing over near the fire station. And she says, "Oh no, they're gonna approve the light cycles and stuff like that." I certainly hope so, because since they closed that Adams Street crossing, trying to get across to the East Milton Square section is terrible. It's the light cycles are all screwed up. You know, you have two areas coming into one little small area. The lights are never set up right. People are sitting there. There's traffic idling. So that's what they're doing. They're pretty much rebuilding the park, and I guess they got to change the light cycles and maybe change some do some lining on the road so everyone stays in the lanes and stuff. So we'll see what it looks like when it's done. But they have to address the traffic problem around the post office, and there's a Shell station on that side of East Milton Square, and that one bridge. There's only one bridge heading points towards Quincy into East Milton Square itself proper. So maybe it'd be nice. Maybe but we read the article. Not many people spend any time there, but maybe it will change if they do it over. And we can't sit there and say that people at East Milton Square shouldn't have a park. It was there before the expressway came. So, and maybe people will get some lunch and hang out. Because that East Milton Square there's a lot of shops, a lot of restaurants, a lot of businesses there. So maybe people, say someone wants to go to the hairdresser and then go sit at the park and then go eat and hang out there. But it's a nice spot to hang out and spend your money, I guess. So we'll see what happens. But the official town hall in Milton was really helpful, and we'll just keep an eye on it, see how long it takes.
All right. That sounds like a good...
Do you have any questions?
Good, that sounds like a...
Do you have any questions?
No, I don't.
No?
That sounds like a good update. It does. And thank you to the Milton Town Hall for being helpful.
Yeah, upstairs.
So helpful.
Whoever upstairs was.
With providing the update, because that's important.
Yeah, no, it was helpful. I could have gone a little further, but that would suffice. It sounded like she knew what she was talking about. Nothing really crazy, just to rebuild up the park itself. And we'll see what it looks like. Maybe when it's open, we'll get some pictures and we'll stick it on your website, what it looks like.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I'm more interested in how they're going to do the traffic, how the traffic diversions is going to be as far as the lining of the roads. Meaning, when they did the rotary, in Middleboro Rotary, they lined it all right with arrows and stuff, and it seems to be working. When was the last time you had to wait in line to get onto the rotary?
Rare. It's rare.
It's working, and it was tough at first because people were confused, but and I still see people out of towners who do it, and they're just like, they don't know what to do.
Yeah.
That's one thing you always got to look out for when you're at the rotary, because most people who drive it every day know what lane to get in, and it moves pretty smoothly. But I watched a guy hauling a trailer yesterday on 44 West, and he didn't know what to do. He was all over the place. He cut a car off, sideswiped somebody. It was bad enough he was going 25 miles an hour down 44. It seemed like the trailer he was towing was too big for the vehicle he was towing it with. Well, he was just scared. I don't know, but 44 is a 45 to 50 mile an hour road. I think it's 45 from points 10. It is 45 from points 105 to the rotary. Can't do 25. I don't know.
All right.
Giddy up.
All right, so on Friday, September 4th, a patio pop-up outdoor dining event is happening at 147 Center Street next to the Alley Theater in downtown Middleboro. The event will feature pizza and the full menu from the Central Cafe, a cash bar, and live music from the Junkyard Dogs. The bar opens at 7:30 p.m. The band goes on at 8 p.m. The suggested cover charge is $20 per person. Complimentary parking is available at the Middleboro Town Hall or behind the old Benny's department store. There is a big parking lot behind Benny's, and should be a lot of parking spaces as well at that parking lot. The acoustic country and rock duo, the Junkyard Dogs, will play a wide variety of music from the 70s, 80s, and 90s, featuring rock to modern-day pop country. Parties of 6, 4, or 2 may reserve tables. Pizza and drinks will be sold separately. This event is weather permitting. Reservations are required. Seating is limited. Guests will be expected to wear masks until they are seated at their table to dine. 6 feet of social distancing will be practiced at the patio entrance. During check-in, hand sanitizer will be available on the tables and on the bar. Servers will be provided for table service. Patrons will not be served at the bar. Dancing is not allowed during this phase of the reopening. For reservations, please email burtwoodschool@aol.com. Again, that is Friday, September the 4th. And the band, the Junkyard Dogs, will go on at 8 p.m. Friday, September the 4th. So that is this upcoming Friday. So, that's an interesting event that's coming up in Middleboro.
Central Caf?
Central Caf is putting it on, yep.
They're really good. That's a great place.
It
that
is.
place has been around since the 20s. Remember we went there and we were reading the menu? They were there, since 1927 or something like that?
Yeah.
23.
Yeah.
They've been since 1923. That's
97 years.
Yeah, remember we were talking about that?
Yeah. Coming up on 98 in just about 3 months.
That's an institution. Wow.
Yeah.
1923.
So, I have a lot of events coming up. Another big event that's coming up, Taunton native John Cardoza is offering a Broadway masterclass in Middleboro. And so that will be taking place on Tuesday, September 1st, from 10 a.m. to noon. Taunton native John Cardoza, Broadway cast member of Alanis Morissette's production Jagged Little Pill, is offering an outdoor masterclass at the Birtwood School of Performing Arts on Tuesday, September 1st, from 10 a.m. to noon. The class will take place on the patio at the Birtwood School of Performing Arts. John will teach the audition combo for Jagged Little Pill with audition technique and offer a Q&A.
Wow.
Yep, so a lot of good things.
You said that guy was
going on.
That guy was the producer for that album?
He is one of the cast members of Alanis Morissette's Jagged Little Pill.
Sorry. You know what? You know how much money that album made for her? That was oh my God! Everyone had to have it. Now that came out. I think that came out like 94 or 95. That was unbelievable. That almost every song on that album everyone loved. They were all hits, and that was like one of those albums that everyone had. Everyone I knew had it. Everyone. So I mean, that's good that they have the play. I'm not sure. I mean, it's tough to figure out what the play. I mean, anyone who listens to the album has an idea what the album's about, but then again, what's the play gonna tell you, right? So that's Tuesday?
Yes. That is
all,
Tuesday, September 1st.
All people welcome, or is it reserved, or? No?
Hold on, let me check on that real quick for everyone. I want to make sure I have all of the information there. So, hold on 1 second. Registration fee is $80.
Oh.
To register, email burtwoodschool@aol.com.
Okay. Well.
So registration fee, again,
Still, anybody.
$80.
Anybody who.
And email, it's $80. Email BurtWoodsSchool@AOL.com.
I think anybody who's interested in theater and the arts like that, it's what an opportunity, because this guy seems like he's well known anyway, Pat, and to be coming into Middleboro and help with his expertise as far as
And he's a Taunton native.
And a Taunton native too. So I mean that's good, because people always bring stuff back to their community. Like I was saying last week, remember we were talking about Middleboro and how it's shaped you as a person, where you are. You have Middleboro to thank for that.
Yeah.
He's probably Taunton. People always go back to their roots. They always go back to their home. It's always their home that shapes you.
Absolutely, 100%.
It's always their home that shapes you.
Absolutely.
So that's good. That'd be interesting. It'd be interesting how that turns out.
All right. 7:39 p.m. I mean, not p.m.
You're doing good, man.
It's 7:39 p.m. somewhere, but not here.
Yeah.
Haven't had my morning coffee.
Well,
7:39 a.m.
What are you talking about? I saw you like 4 sips of coffee. You're lying.
I haven't finished it.
Okay, all right.
So it hasn't kicked in yet.
You're doing good.
It's 7:39 p.m. somewhere, but not here.
You find out. During the next commercial break, and then you can be like vindicated a little bit. You can save face a little bit. All right.
7:39 a.m. Sorry, not p.m.
Yeah, in Taunton, Massachusetts, the center of the universe. Make
Yes.
sure you get that part in, all right?
It's
Center of the
Taunton,
universe. Yes.
center of the universe. 7:40 a.m. now.
Good.
So we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back here on Middleboro Review for August 30th. Here on 1530 AM, 99.7 FM. We will be right back. 7:40 p.m. somewhere, but not here.
You should find out. Go online. Find out where it's and you come back with that.
Okay.
That way you can vindicate yourself. Where it is, 7:45 p.m. in.
Many employees unable to work because of COVID-19 related reasons may be able to take up to 2 weeks of paid sick leave and up to 10 more weeks of paid leave to care for their children whose schools or places of care have closed or whose daycare providers are unavailable. To find out if you qualify, visit dol.gov/FFCRA or call a trained professional at 866-4US-WAGE. This message is sponsored by the U.S. Department of Labor.
Okay, what else we got here? Ooh. 140. I'm not sure. Which ones haven't I played?
WVBF is your hometown radio
6-6.
station.
I don't think I played that.
And one of the things we like to do to support people in your hometown is to run community
I
announcements.
played Spark Street.
You belong to an
I know I
You
did.
gotta play Ray. You gotta play that food pantry one.
Yeah, I'm gonna play Food Pantry coming up.
You already played this last time.
I played Talking Birds, I believe.
Allows us to get right back to you if we have a question.
I played Emerald Isle. I think I played 5.
I didn't hit him at all, dude.
1530.
Thought I did.
No.
All right.
All talking birds.
You didn't? Thought I did. Okay.
You only did like 3 commercials.
Thank you for listening.
Thought I did 4. All right,
Yeah, I
it's
think
fine.
you did Spark Street Alba at the end.
Yeah. Okay. I know I did Spark. I know I did Spark Street Auto.
I know you did it. Like
I know
first.
that's done. Yeah.
Why don't you just write them down? Joey.
Yeah, I know.
Write it down.
I thought I did. I thought I played Emerald Isle.
You should write it down.
I'll go back.
You should write it down.
I'll go back at the end of the broadcast and see if I did during the first play.
Write them down. You won't have to think.
I know. I thought I did. Thought I played it.
It's called a piece of paper.
I know.
Some needed information. Obtain the desired list of groceries. These will be collected for you and delivered to your home free of charge. May the good Lord bless you and keep you safe.
Yeah, I definitely didn't get this.
Hope you can join me every Sunday
Okay.
from noon
Oh, I
to 2
talked about
o'clock
it.
here on
I did.
WVBF, the sounds of the Emerald Isle. We'll have some great Irish
My bad,
music,
then.
some
Thought I
folk,
did.
Write it
traditional,
down, John.
country,
Alright.
and contemporary, and sometimes some live
Yeah, I don't remember
singing
this
in the
either.
studio.
Okay.
And to
No,
make
we're
you
good.
laugh, some Irish comedy.
listen
That's
from me.
Sundays
Check it
from
off.
noon to
I
2
thought I
right
did.
here on WVBF. 1530 Taunton, Middleboro, and on
Well,
the
you can't
internet
go by
at
memory with all that cobwebs up
hometowntalkradio.com.
Yeah, it's bad.
Hi, this is Ray Brown, inviting you to tune in to Talkin' Birds, a show about wild birds.
Okay, I don't see any 7:44 p.m.s.
Broadcasting from the Taunton Federal
No.
Credit Union Studios.
I do see an 8:44 p.m., so I'm gonna do that.
And fun information about birds and birding.
Okay, I don't know that.
I'll look.
Saturday mornings
Yeah,
at
look it up,
8 and Sunday
'cause I
mornings
don't-
at 9 here on
I don't see one.
WVBF, AM 1530 and 99.7 FM.
Because I don't see one. Okay. Four, three, two, one. And we're back here on Middleboro in Review for the 30th of August. So, about 15 minutes left in the program. In a few minutes, we're going to do Today in History. We have a couple Today in Histories to talk about. Right now, Dawn is looking up where it's 12 hours ahead. What part of the world it's 12 hours ahead of the current time it is right now, 7:45 a.m. here on the 30th of August, 2020, the final program of August for Middleboro in Review, and we're going to be in September on Tuesday. So that's interesting. We have a couple more weeks of summer. A couple more weeks before football kicks off as well. A little less than 3 weeks away. I know that it kicks off on the 10th of September. So that should be fun to watch football on TV again for the month of September. And there's also going to be NHL that's still going on. It's still going on now. Bruins did lose, so they are now behind in this series with the Tampa Bay Lightning. But hopefully they can turn it around in their next game, which I believe is Monday or Tuesday. I'm not 100% sure when it is, but it's coming up. So the series, it's right now it favors Tampa. And also the NBA is continuing its playoffs as well as the Lakers and the Milwaukee Bucks move on to the next round. The Celtics have already moved on to their second round matchup. They'll face Toronto. So, should be an interesting second round for the Celtics. They're facing a tough team in Toronto, in the Toronto Raptors. They're very tough. So, Don, did you find the 12-hour ahead?
Yeah, it's in Burundi.
It's Burundi?
Yeah.
In Malaysia, right? Yeah, Malaysia. I believe it is. Yeah, so it's 7:47 p.m. in Burundi right now. So, that's where it's 7:47 p.m. right now. All right.
Oh, we found it.
We
So
did. We found
technically-
it, which is good. Which is good. So,
No, Burundi's in Africa.
oh, is it?
Yeah.
I don't know why I
Yeah,
said Malaysia.
no.
Well, because the language sounded
Yeah,
like
no.
it's-
So
yeah.
that's 7:48 p.m.
oh,
So technically,
it's
you were right
in Africa.
because it
Okay.
was 7. What was it? We just say it was 7:40 p.m. somewhere, right?
yeah.
So
I was right.
How can you be wrong? You're always right. So we found that. I have to save face a little bit, right?
Yeah. All right.
That's what we try to do here at Middle Permian Review. We gotta make sure the host is always perfect.
Always right. Exactly.
It wasn't his fault. It was somebody else's.
All right. So let's do a little bit about the. Well, do you have anything to talk about Do you have anything that you want to talk about
some
real
stuff
quick?
that ticks me off, but put it towards the end.
Okay, well, let's do the today in history first. We have a couple of
Yeah.
today in histories to talk about.
There's a couple things I've noticed, and some parts is alarming, number one, and number two, it just gets me, and the other thing just makes me mad. But there's just two little things I want to... Actually, three.
Three little things, okay. That sounds good.
I'll run them by fast. I'm not going to chew all your time up. We're not going to go over, right?
No problem. We'll try not to go over.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. All right, so let's do today in history. We have a couple today, today in histories, and we have a birthday that I want to explain a little bit more in detail what it is, because if I just say the birthday, maybe no one will. More people will have questions on who this person is, so I'm going to go into a little bit more detail on one person. So we have two today in histories. 1942, World War II. The Battle of Halam el-Hafa begins. 1967, Thurgood Marshall is confirmed as the first African-American Justice of the Supreme Court of the United States. Those are the two today in histories. Birthdays. 1716, Capability Brown, British landscape architect. And Capability Brown, he is his actual name is Lancelot Brown, but he's more commonly known as Capability Brown. He was an English landscape architect. He is remembered as the last of the great English 18th century artists to be known as England's greatest gardener. He designed over 170 parks, many of which still exist. He was nicknamed Capability because he would tell his clients that their property had capability for improvement. His influence was so great that the contributors to the English garden made by his predecessors, Charles Bridgeman and William Kent, are often overlooked. Even Kent's champion Horace Walpole allowed that Kent was succeeded by a very, very capable master. So he did a lot for landscape architecture in England. A lot of his designs for parks are still around to this day. So he's very important to British architecture. 1918, Ted Williams, American baseball player and manager, played for the Red Sox. Daryl Gates, 1926, American police officer. He created the DARE program. 1953, Robert Parrish, one of the most famous Boston Celtics players. And deaths in 2015. 5 years ago today, we lost Wes Craven, American director, producer, screenwriter, and actor. Okay, let's turn it over to Don.
A couple things. I'll make them quick. I was driving in Hingham the other day, and I went by the Nantasket Junction commuter rail station about 2 o'clock. There's 3 cars in the parking lot. Usually, that line isn't really bustling as far as people use as much, but usually it's a 3/4 of the parking lot. But that was alarming to see. So no one's taking the Greenbush line at all. Those trains are running empty. And I stopped at a couple crossings, even in Halifax over the week, and you kind of look through the window. There's no one on the subway. No one's riding the T at all. It's they're still running them. So I guess they have to run them. I guess for the 3 people who want to ride it. People don't want to get on trains, so they They want their own vehicles. So that was alarming. Drive up the street into Hull. There's a big sign, big sign, bigger than life, lit up. $100 parking fees for parking on neighborhood streets. So it's $100. So if you go and you park your vehicle in a neighborhood, you'll get a $100 ticket. Walk to the beach. That's gonna be an expensive day for you. It's insane, in my opinion. $100 for a ticket. Are you kidding me? Is it the residents who want these people out? I mean, it's the same people who come and spend money in Hull and frequent the restaurants and help pay some of the taxes. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't live in Hull, so who knows? It could be a nuisance, but I think that's insane. Drove up the road a little bit further, saw that the state has opened its parking for the beach, but they have one section opened, which is pretty much across the street from the majority of the strip of all the stores. You drive a little further past the bathhouse on the right, and that section of the parking lot, which the state owns, is closed. Go a little further, and then I believe you have angle parking facing the beach, and I believe the town of Hull might own that. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe it's free parking. And they have, which I don't understand why they have it set up like this. You know, maybe it's above my pay grade, but I still don't understand. They have a bunch of spots. They must have about, if I was to 75 spots, maybe 50 spots, maybe less. I haven't counted them. But they have the first section where the parking lots are open, like not the parking lots, the spaces. You know, you pull in an angle, you face towards the water. So I'd say half of it is parking, free parking or whatnot, and then the other half is closed. And I don't understand, because they're letting everyone pull in next to each other. Why wouldn't they just open it all and space it out? Why, you know, every other spot, the whole entire length of the parking. But no, they have everything bunched up to the right, and then everything closed to the left. And the reason I'm thinking about that, because I was listening to another radio station like in April, and they had the Marshfield chief of police on, and he was talking about how they could open the beaches. I think it was on May, whatever. They're getting ready to open the beaches, and he had a great idea. Is this and I've seen some towns doing it, but every other spot. Make people park in every other spot. So when you pull up to somebody, you're not getting out, and people aren't getting close to each other when two people get in the cars or get out of cars at the same time. And I can't believe they're not doing that in Hull. I mean, I drove by that half the parking was open, and they're all tight next to each other, facing the ocean, the angle spots, and then to the left, it's all closed. It's just, why wouldn't they just do it every other spot and just do it all? So I didn't understand that. I don't know. I mean, we'll I don't know, whatever. And then one other thing that really gets me at 7:57 a.m. Okay, I know everyone needs their coffee in the morning. Everyone's at Dunks and whatever, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Please don't block the road for the drive-through. Okay. I've seen cars like outside on main avenues waiting to get their coffee.
I've seen that. Yeah.
And then everyone has to go around, and it's a traffic nuisance.
It's awful.
It's totally awful.
It's extremely dangerous.
I saw something just in Halifax yesterday. There was 3 cars sticking out.
I've seen that before. Yeah.
Right?
That particular.
I was driving
that
on
particular Dunkin'
I was driving
Donuts,
on 106 East, coming through Halifax on that particular coffee shop there on the right hand side, and they got 2 or 3 cars sticking out. And you know, and some of the people don't even try. Okay, whatever. They don't even try to get to the right. You know, the back of their cars hanging out, and people are going around, and people are coming inches from hitting each other, and it's just a nightmare.
I see this everywhere, not just Dunkin' Donuts.
Why people do that? Why would you do that? You know.
I see this everywhere. I see this in Raynham, at the McDonald's when it's busy, and there's so many cars.
They shouldn't. You know, there's a highway. No parking on the highway. Period.
Yeah.
No parking on the highway. You're not supposed
to
park.
They're not parking. It's just they can't get in.
Technically, they're parking.
Yeah.
They're not moving.
Yeah.
They're blocking the lane. Okay?
They're blocking the lane.
All right,
exactly.
There's 50,000 more of those places. Find another one. All right.
There's one in Middleboro.
Imagine
You can go down to
getting
Middleboro.
hit. Imagine getting hit because you wanted to wait for a coffee,
Yep.
a nice coffee. Are you kidding me? Or maybe someone went around and you caused an accident because you were sitting up. There's no parking on the highway. No parking on Route 44. Okay? That just kills me. I don't understand why people do that. But that's just my pet peeve. That's 7:59
All right, well, it is 7:59
a.m.
a.m. Not 7:59 p.m. It is 7:59 p.m. somewhere, but not here.
Yeah, in Burundi.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So that is the last minute of the Middleboro review for the month of August. Next week, September 6th. So we will be in a new month. And we'll be closer to fall. Fall will be September 21st. So we have 3 more programs left in the season of summer. So that'll do it for us today. We will talk to everyone next week. Have a great week, everybody.
Have a great week.
All right. Good. Bye, everybody.